Welcome back to the channel. She is E. She is E. That's me. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. This shirt, I really like this shirt. I bought this like 3 years ago from Fashion Nova, and I don't know what I was doing. So I accidentally, oh, that's what I was doing, because I wore it to the beach and I was putting like baby oil on. So your girl accidentally got a little baby oil on it, but it's clean. So if you see a little stain, just don't pay no mind. I just feel like this is my favorite shirt. So, and I never really get to wear it out. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wear it for the video, and I don't care because it's actually clean. It's just oil stain. Y'all, if my eyelashes look crazy, don't mind me. Yeah, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, of not really the swing of things, but like I'm trying to get back into wearing eyelashes again, because I used to always wear eyelashes in middle school, and now as a grown-up I don't even wear them. I don't know why I was wearing eyelashes in middle school. I would literally wake up early in the morning and put them eyelashes on and my contacts, and I was a pro. Like, it was looking good. It was giving you're way too little to be this grown. But now I feel like I lost the touch in putting them on, but I'm trying to get there again. So like I said, don't mind if they look crazy. I'm still practicing again. Anyways, I don't want to chit chat too much because I got a feeling this video is going to be long. So I really don't want to drag it with the little intro, but I do want to just say real quick, I'm hoping that if the person sees this, like, no hard feelings, like, honestly, because ideally at the end of the day, they still communicate with me, I still communicate with them, like on a friendship level. They send me reels and funny stuff, and at the end of the day, like, he's cool. But that day he was giving me, like, he was giving weirdo vibes. I'm sorry, and I got to talk about it. Like, that's an experience that I had, but don't feel bad about it. Just, you know, something to learn. Let's get into the story, because I swear I be dragging these story times, and I'm not too good at telling story times. I'm still learning. I don't even know if I'll ever learn, but I'm gonna still tell y'all because what I be going through is so funny. So anyways, during the summer, y'all, and it's still kind of summer, but like I start school next Monday. Like, let's say mid-May, beginning of June, I was grinding, y'all. Like, I was grinding. I was looking for extra jobs, basically, on top of my regular job, because on top of the fact that I was moving and I needed to save up for the move, like, I also wanted to go out and I wanted to enjoy summertime, like in Vegas, my first full summer in Vegas. So I'm like, I got to get some more cash, because like I'm moving is not cheap, you know. So, and I'm here by myself, so I'm like, I gotta grind. So I'm looking, I'm applying at different places. I'm applying for like waitressing and stuff, and I wasn't getting calls and stuff. So I'm like, whatever, maybe since I already have my permanent job, maybe I should try something else. So I started searching stuff, and I found the app called InstaWork. Basically, what this app is you pick up shifts. You pick up random shifts from random jobs, and I really liked it because there was no obligation, there was no contract that you know, you had a contract with the app InstaWork, but you didn't have a contract or a set schedule with like the actual place unless you picked a set schedule. So I liked it because on top of my regular job, like when I had time or just really on my off days with my actual job, I was picking up shifts left and right with InstaWork. And I liked it. It was like some extra cash. And I got to get out the house and meet people, because I don't really get to do that. So there was this one time, I think it was like my second shift picking up with InstaWork, right? And I was working as a runner at the hotel, at one of the hotels in Vegas. And I'm not really gonna mention the hotel because I don't really want to be so specific on the situation, because you never know if I gotta go back there to work. So But yes, I was looking at one of the hotels, and this day I was a runner. They was having a diamond convention that day, and y'all, when I tell you, that was so beautiful. There was like diamonds, there was like stands of diamonds everywhere. Like I wanted them all. It was glistening, it was shining, it was people walking around looking real nice, real spiffy. They walking around, it was like walking money. And I'm over here in a little waitress suit looking janky. But anyways, I was there to make some cash, so was nobody gonna buy me a diamond. This day I was a runner, and basically I was like stocking the stations with teas, with coffee, with sugars, you know, just making sure snacks and stations are all stocked for like people that are at the convention and they come, you know, buy some stuff, they there. So in order for me to stock, and I had like a set station, but on top of that station I was stocking like other stations that other people were at. So this day, or in order for me to do that, I had to like get stuff from the kitchen every now and then to keep those stations stocked. And it was a workout. It was a workout because my main station was upstairs, right? And the kitchen at this huge hotel, because the hotels in Vegas are huge, was all the way downstairs. So I had to go up and down the stairs, up and down the elevators, pushing carts full of coffee, jug things, pushing carts full of like just stuff, period. And to me it was fine because y'all, I be sitting at home for the most part, and I be needing to work out, stretch my legs, this and that. So I had my little sweatband waist trainer that y'all seen before me wear on the videos. And I was sweating, I was getting a little workout. So honestly, I was not complaining. So one of the times I went downstairs, I don't know what I had to get. Honestly, I probably had to get something, some snacks, some wraps, some coffee, something, right? So I'm going downstairs. I think I dropped something there because I came back empty. So I think I was like dropping something off, and it was close towards the end of the convention, but that's neither here nor there. So anyways, I went downstairs, I left the kitchen, and as I was walking back upstairs, my eye catches this little cute security guard. You know, he was right by the entrance of the diamond convention, like I guess guarding it. He was like sitting down on the chair next to the entrance. And when I tell y'all, this man was fine, y'all. Like, this man was so fine. He was giving real Omarion, little Bow Wow vibes back in the days when they would wear them long curly hairs, them permed hairs, and them little long ponytails, and little slick back ponytails. Yo, I don't know. I love a guy like with long hair. It's not, you know, that's not my only kind of look for a guy, but a guy with a little man bun or a little man ponytail, that's real cute. That's cute. That's real cute. So anyways, but this guy, like, his hair looked natural. It's not it did not look permed or anything. So, but I'm not gonna go up to him or nothing because that's just not me. Like, that's just not me. I don't know. And on top of that, I'm working, so like I gotta be professional. I'm not gonna just be going up to someone like, oh, what's your number, what's your sign? I'm not gonna do that because I have to remain professional. So the thing is that in order for me to get to the elevator or the stairs, I gotta walk past him. So I start walking past, and he calls me over. He's like,
hey, come here real quick.
I'm like, yeah, what's up? He's like,
can you do me a favor?
And I'm like, cause like, why a favor? Like, I don't know. I'm like, what? He's like, what's your name? And I'm like, oh, you can call me E. Okay, wait. I forgot that I gave him a name. We gave him Undecided. Did I give him a name yet? I don't know. I don't remember. But we gonna call him Undecided because I already, as I was thinking about this this story, I'm like, that's the perfect name for him. So we gonna call him Undecided. So Undecided was like, yo, come here real quick. And then I came because I'm like, you know, a lot of times I just be ignoring men, or just because I'm not gonna say hi to everybody that call my name. Like, I got stuff to do. And off that, you don't know whether you're gonna waste your time with someone or not, right? So, but he was cute. I told you he was giving real Marion Bow Wow vibes. So he was like, "Hey, come here, blase blase." I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "Oh, what's your name?" I'm like, "Oh, you can call me E." Because I don't know about y'all, but I don't like giving my name out to everybody. Like, if I don't know you for real, am I gonna continue this with you, like this, whatever this is, this friendship, this communication? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't need everybody knowing my name like that. So you could call me E. And he's like, "Oh,
You working up there? You working in the kitchen?
And I'm like, yes and no. Like, I'm not in the kitchen, but I'm stocking the areas basically in the convention. He's like,
Can you get me a pizza from upstairs?
What?
I'm like, what pizza? I mean, not you being hungry, but I felt bad. Like, honestly, if I was able to give him the pizza, I would, because he I guess his job like wasn't like a permanent job either. He was like working for a company, but on top of that, like, they didn't give food. In my position, they did give food, but it wasn't the pizza that he was seeing. I don't even know where he was seeing that pizza, because I had no connections to that pizza. So I tell him, like, "I'm sorry, but I don't know what pizza you talking about. There's no pizza where I'm at." Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, dang, I'm so hungry, blah, blah." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sorry about that." He's like, "Oh, well, can I get your number?" And I'm like, you can get my Instagram. Because I don't know about y'all, but I don't really like giving out my number like that. Like, I don't like giving out my number. For one, I really do not like texting. I like calling. I don't know. If I get to know you and I really like am willing to invest some time into you, I will not mind texting and calling you. But I have to first like feel you out. I have to first like you. So off bat, I'm not gonna give you my number or my number, because I know I'm not good with the texting, and I'm really not good with calling, and I'm just really not good with communicating with people that I just don't feel like I'm gonna waste my time with. And I don't know if I'm gonna waste my time with you. Anyways, let me not rant on that, because I will. So I'm like, "Oh, you can have my Instagram," because to be honest, yeah, you can have my Instagram. Like, why not? I mean, I guess you can DM and call and like burn somebody's phone up on Instagram too. But I feel like with Instagram, people feel like they can communicate less. And that way, you know, you can still see me. You can still see what I do, what I post, my pictures, this and that. But you just don't have to hit me up so much, you know? So he really wasn't trying to like, he really was trying to get my number. He was like, "I don't really use Instagram that much. Like, why don't you just give me your number? What's wrong with me giving you? Why does everybody nowadays want to go like through social media, blah, blah." And to be honest, now that I have him on Instagram, he really doesn't use his Instagram a lot. He don't post or anything like that. But I still wasn't going to give him my phone number. So he finally gave in and was like, "Okay, fine. Here's my Instagram. Whoop-de-whoop-de will." I'm like, "Here's mine. You can go ahead and follow me." And then I followed him back. So that was that day, because once I went back downstairs, I didn't see him again. He disappeared like Casper. I don't know where he went, if his shift was over. I don't know what. But he, fast forward to the next day, he hits me up. And to be honest, I don't even see it until like 3 days later, because it went into my request. And I didn't see it. It went into like my general or my request, and I don't really check those as often as I probably should, because like I said, I don't talk. Like, it's bad. Like, it's bad. I don't talk. So I don't even know how I even noticed. I don't know if I just happened to like go into my general or go into my request because I was looking for something else, and I happened to see him, and I'm like, "Oh dang, he hit me up." You know, little Bow Wow, Undecided hit me up. Yeah, I keep forgetting to mention his name. I'm sorry, but Undecided hit me up, and I'm like, oh, my bad. And I wish I had my phone on me so I could actually, because I actually have the messages. I don't know if I'm going to put them on screen or not, because like, I feel like then the person's gonna know I'm talking about them. Although the story is pretty specific, so I feel like either way they'll know it's the story time is about them if they even watch it. But I don't know. I don't know yet if I'm gonna put the stuff, because really the messages don't really have the juice. Anyways, he was like, oh, what's up, you know, 3 days ago. And I'm like, oh, my bad, I didn't even see these messages. They were in my request. What's up? So he was like, oh, no worries, blah, blah, blah. He then calls me on video. I don't even remember if I picked up the first time, because I'm like, why is this guy calling me? Like, like, that's one thing about me. Don't just randomly call me. Like, I don't talk. And I know you're probably thinking, like, Emily, how are you going to get to know people? How are you going to find the love of your life? Like, how are you going to communicate with people if you do not talk to people? And I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't found that secret yet. But I just don't like to talk. So he calls me on video and I don't answer. And then I'm like, ugh, let me see what he wants, because he's cute anyway. So let me see. So I call him back. And he was like, oh, you real cute. You real cute. As if he didn't see me already. But I'm like, oh, laughing like, yeah, okay, whatever. Because I felt like I was looking hit that day, because I was cleaning the house. And I don't be scared to show myself in my natural state. I'm going to show myself however I look, because that's me. That's how I look. If you're going to be with someone, you ain't going to be a clown all day with makeup and stuff. You're going to show them all sides. So anyways, because I'm just ranting at this point. But he was like, oh, you cute, la la la. I'm like, oh, thank you. He's like, what you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just cleaning and stuff. Yeah. He's like, oh, you want to hang out? I forgot what he asked me specifically. But he was like, oh, you want to hang out? Do you like to, oh, okay, yeah. He was like, do you like to smoke? And I'm like, I don't really smoke like that. Because I be in school and I can't smoke. I used to smoke. I don't really smoke. But I drink. And he's like, oh, I don't really drink like that, but we can drink. I can get a bottle, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, but I don't really know him. Like, so I'm like, he wanted to hang out, you know, and I'm just thinking about it. I don't really know, because I'm like, well, I don't really know you like that. So I wasn't planning really on leaving the house today. I was looking like real crazy, and I was cleaning up. And he was like,
oh, we can meet at the library. If you want to hang out by the library, we can meet there. There's a library across the street from my house.
So that kind of made me feel like, oh, okay, he's real nice. He wants to kind of meet me. He wants to get to know me, and he's willing to go and start somewhere public. So I'm like, okay. Which, honestly, that's not a means to, like, just because someone comments and it seems a little sweet, that's not a means to want to hang out. But whatever, because I'm thinking, okay, Emily, how do you plan on ever meeting friends, on ever getting out there and just meeting people if you're not willing to talk and you don't trust nobody? So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. Where do you live? He sends me his address, and I'm like, who do you live with? Blah blah. So y'all, I don't know about y'all, but I like to ask a series of questions. I like to ask a series of questions before I even think like I'm gonna even start talking, flirting, or even getting to know someone, because I'm not gonna waste my time. And there's certain things that are just like dead, that will make me dead it. So I'm like, oh, so do you have kids? You have a baby mama, you know? I'm just, you know, I gotta ask these things. Not necessarily that's like an automatic denial, but like, do you get along with your baby mama? Is she gonna pop up at the house? Is she gonna try to beat me up? Is she gonna try to fight? Does she know that y'all done? You got her on the low, and you trying to get more hoes on the low? Like, I'm I'm trying to know what's going on. Like, do you work? Do you drive? I know. But I know what y'all thinking. I'm probably thinking I'm crazy, like, dang girl, like you're not gonna marry him today. No, I'm not. And like I said, these questions that I ask aren't necessarily, they're more for my safety and for my time. Like, cause I'm not gonna waste my time if you don't work, if you don't drive. I don't even think I asked him right there and then if he work or drive. But I think I did ask him if he drives, because I was thinking of having him come over, but he gonna tell me his car's at the shop. And I'm just like, that's funny, because why every cute guy car be at the shop? Like, why y'all cars staying at the shop? Y'all need to drive better or something. Like, damn, y'all car always at the shop? That's yo, the shop stay making money off these niggas' invisible car. But I don't know him like that, so I'm not the one to say that he wasn't telling the truth. He probably was. His car probably was at the shop. But it's just funny to me, like, niggas' cars stay at the shop. Anyway, anyways, so yeah, I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna go see him. We're not meeting at the library. I'm gonna just go to his house. And I text my sister his address, and he's like, and which I don't even know why I text my sister, because she probably half asleep talking about whose address is that, like 2-3 hours later, or probably the next day. She's like, whose address? She texted me like, whose address is that? I'm like, oh girl, it was this guy that I went to go see just in case something happened. But she didn't even, like, right there and then, she didn't even acknowledge the address. She was probably sleeping or something. But Vanessa, next time I send you a message, you gotta be on it. You gotta be on it, you gotta save it, you gotta remember it, and just know what's up. But anyways, so I take a shower, I get ready, blah, blah, blah. I head to his house, and when I get there, you know, it was cool. It was a cool little crib. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all. So I asked him, I'm like, do you got kids? Do you have any baby mama drama? I'm not trying to pop up at your house and then something go down, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh no, I don't have kids. I don't have no baby mama drama, blah, 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 right? Because that's an important factor. Like, that's an important factor, okay? Okay, so yeah. He said he didn't have kids and he don't have no baby mama drama, so I don't gotta worry about that. Okay, so like I said, I took a shower, got ready. I started, you know, just getting real regular, getting real cute. Just a little, I think I put a little bodysuit. I don't know. It's not important because I wasn't trying to show crazy, show up for, just to go say hi. And he said he was going to get a bottle. And yeah, so I'm like, you know what? I could use a drink. So why not? Like, why not? And I always keep it on me because honestly, I probably should have met him public. But whatever. I always keep a little something on me. If you know, some get spicy, some get crazy. So yeah, I get to his house, right? And I'm calling him because it was kind of hard to like figure out where he lived, blah, blah, blah. And he comes out, he's like, oh my God, that's crazy. Like, you have the same exact car as I do, or as my car, you know. And I'm like, dang, for real? Wow. He's like, dang, Lexus black, that's what's up. Another thing I forgot to mention, see, that's why I need to look at my notes because I be freaking and stuff. Another thing that I forgot to mention, because at first I was really iffy about going to meet up with him, but the main thing that really like made me want to meet up with him is because I always ask people what their sign is, because there's just some signs that I just don't feel like I need to be not associating with just in general, but like pursuing anything romantically with or just messing with them, right? So I asked him what his sign was, and he told me he was a Scorpio. And y'all, as a Scorpio, like, I love being around my own sign. And I know that's weird because a lot of people don't like being around their own sign, or a lot of people don't like dating their own sign. But I love dating my own sign because we just, you know. But that's probably a problem because every time I do mess with my own sign, like we bump heads. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But that's the reason. After he said he was a Scorpio, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like, I keep meeting Scorpio men. So I'm like, now I got to get to know this man. Like, now I got to go see him. So that's why I ended up deciding, like, fine, I'm gonna just go see him, whatever. So anyways, I get there, he's like, oh, your car looked just like mine. Dang. I'm like, dang, what happened to your car? He's like, yeah, it got totaled, blah blah blah. So I'm just thinking, like, how is it in the shop but it got totaled? Like, if your car totaled, you don't bring it to the shop, right? Like, if your car total is done for, your car is done. Like, you take it to the junkyard and you start saving up for a new one. So I'm like, oh, dang, that's crazy. I'm sorry that happened, because that sucks. Like, it's 2021 and bus routes don't go everywhere. So not having a car, especially in Vegas, I couldn't imagine. Like, that's why, yeah, I stay on top of fixing my car if anything's wrong with it. But anyways, we get inside. I go to the kitchen. Let me make sure this camera's still rolling. We get inside. It's a cool little place, you know. It's like a little upstairs, a little downstairs. It's a chill little, like, I don't know, like a townhouse kind of thing. It looks real cool. So he goes to the kitchen. So I go to the little island on the kitchen. I sit down and he like takes out the little bottle that he bought. I don't know if I forgot if it was Patron, Casamigos, or Don Julio. It was like some type of tequila. And I'm like, that, yeah, because, like, honestly, Henny is not doing me well anymore. Like, that's all I would drink back in Michigan, and now Henny having my stomach bubbling. I be blacking out, like, no Henny for me anymore. So he gives me a little drink, and he gives me the bottle, and he's like, oh, I bought these seltzers too because I'm trying to be healthy and I'm trying not to drink, and they're like organic, but they taste really bad. So I don't know, you can drink some, you can have some. And I love weird drinks and I love being healthy. So I was like, yeah, I'll take one of those too. So I'm taking shots. I'm trying to make conversation, because at first he was like a little quiet. And I'm like, what is he on? Like, this man's giving me weird. So I'm like,
yeah, so what's up? Like, how are you? Blah blah.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm good, my bad. I'm making these sports bets.
On my phone. So I'm looking, no, he didn't make them on the phone, because you gotta go into the area, but he was like watching the game and the scores on his phone, because he made a bet and he was watching like the money or whatever. So I'm like, oh cool. And he was like, look, I'm up 800. He's showing me how he up 800. I'm like, dang, that's what's up. He's like, yeah, do you bet? I'm like, nah, but I've been trying to, you know, get into it because I want to make some money and this and that. He's like, yeah, you can download this app, this app, this app. He was just telling me all these kind of apps that I can make bets on. And I'm like, cool. And I'm like searching an app or two, you know, just trying to not act like I care, because like I do want to every now and then maybe make a little bet, but also just like I'm not that into giving my money. But yeah, we was just chit chatting, we was just talking. I was complimenting his hair. I was asking him what ethnicity he is. He got a little Latino, that's why his hair's probably like that, and a little Haitian. He had something. He had a little mix of something in him. And I'm like, wow. In my head, I'm like, yes, that's why you look like that, because you just beautiful, you know? He got that luscious hair that I didn't get to give up. As we talking, I don't know how I didn't notice this right away, but as we talking, I look to the right, and I'm just confused. I'm confused. And I'm not crazy confused off bat, because, like, I got sisters, you know? But, like, as I look to the right, there's this real pretty birthday set of pink streamers, balloons, little presents on the table, a little table, what's it called? The little tablecloth thing, plastic ones that you get at the dollar store for a little birthday. And I'm like, oh wow. So I'm just like, huh. Maybe that's for his niece, his maybe that's for his sister's little sister. I don't know. So I'm like undecided. I'm like, aw, that's cute. Well, I didn't call him, but I'm like,
That's cute. Do you have a kid?
and he looked at me like stunned, like
It was at this moment that
he looked at me for like a quick
fucked up.
2 seconds, stunned, opened his eyes real big, like he forgot that shit was up there. And he's like, oh yeah, I have a daughter. And he looked at me like, oh yeah, I have a daughter. Like, real just like scared. Not necessarily scared, but just like surprised, I would say, that I seen what I seen. Like, he didn't know that it was there. He forgot. He probably forgot. Because he then told me that, okay, so let me not skip it. He's like, oh, I have a daughter. I'm like, oh, really? How old is she? And he was like, oh, she's turning so and so. I'm like, wow. And I'm like, so because at this point I'm confused, because remember how I told y'all that I asked him if he has kids and little baby mama drama, and he said he didn't have kids. So you could only imagine how surprised I am when I see streamers in a whole birthday set and he tells me he has a kid. And I wasn't thinking he had a kid off back, because I'm like, maybe he has sisters, maybe he has nieces, but not you lying about you having a kid. Not you lying. Like, so I'm over here trying to like kind of talk to him like, oh, so when was her birthday and did she like it, la la. And I'm like, her birthday was like a month or 2 ago, he was talking about. I'm like, oh wow, you still have that up. And it was so nicely done. Like, it was so nicely organized. I'm not saying that men cannot, you know, do decorations and decor, because there's some men that have the best taste. I just never seen streamers and balloons and stuff set up so nicely from a man, like a straight man. Like, but I don't want to be sexist, right? So I know that there's people that's their thing. They have a niche for that. So cool, whatever.
I'm like, oh wow, that's nice. That's nice. Why you still have it up after like a few months?
Or I don't know if it was like a few months or weeks, but he was talking about how his baby mama was being petty and she wasn't bringing the kid, blah blah blah. So that's giving me red flags, because I'm like, baby mama petty, y'all arguing, blah blah. So I'm like,
I thought you said you didn't have kids.
and he's like,
No. I didn't say I didn't have kids. You asked me if I have baby mama drama, and I told you no.
I don't think that's what I asked. I mean, and I might have said, do you have kids? Do you have baby mama drama all in one? But you just said no. You just said no. So I'm thinking you saying no to the whole question, not just to you having baby mama drama. Because not you lying about your kid. He was like, no.
I was saying no, that I didn't have baby mama drama, because I didn't want you to be worried and not come over because of that.
Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, whatever. That's red flag number 1, but I'm gonna overlook that, because at the end of the day, I could be a little intimidating, and maybe he just wanted to chill and hang out with me and get to know me before I get a chance to just completely deny him. Not that I would deny someone just for having a kid, you know, but it's the simple fact that I need to make sure, like, are you and your little baby mama cool? I don't got time for a bitch to pop up and just act a fool. Like, I don't even know you. I don't even know you. I'm not fighting somebody over someone. You know, I'm not fighting. I don't know you. That's you, boo. We get to talking. We get to drinking more. And I'm like, oh, can I touch your hair? Because, like, his hair was, look, just beautiful, y'all. Just beautiful. So he lets me touch my hair, touch his hair. And he's like, oh, do you know how to braid? And I'm like, yeah, I know how to braid, but not really. Like, I just be braiding my hair, but I don't really be braiding like that. I don't really know how to do cornrows too well. I do more like loose braids, singles. And he's like, oh yeah, can you braid my hair? Can you do like like 4 singles, four braids in my hair, blah blah. I didn't really want to because I just don't like doing hair. I barely like doing my braids. It takes forever, but it saves money, and I like how I do my own hair. I like how it looks versus other people doing my hair. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't really want to, but so he's like, oh, my stuff is upstairs. I'm thinking he's trying to be a little funny, a little freak. So I'm like, oh, your stuff is upstairs. He's like, I could bring it downstairs, but I have a projector upstairs where we can watch TV, blah blah. So I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine, let's go upstairs. So upstairs he gives me his stuff to start doing his hair. He turns on his little projector. Let me look at my nose. So he starts his projector. He plays Zeus. I think he said Zeus. And he's like, oh, do you have Zeus? I'm like, nah, I don't have Zeus. I really want to get it or get somebody's like information because they be having some good funny reality shows on there. He's like, yeah, my neighbor, Undecided is like, yeah, my neighbor gave me his username and his password, so I just be using his account to watch Zeus. Remember about that neighbor, y'all, because yeah. I'm like, oh, that's cool, that's nice of your neighbor, whoop-de-woo. And then he plays this reality show, which is kind of weird. I mean, I guess it's not weird, but like I personally don't like watching that many reality shows because it's just a lot of drama for me, and I'm not with the drama. Like sometimes it just be annoying, and just sometimes watching that stuff all the time is just bringing toxic energy into your life. So I don't really care to watch reality shows that have a lot of drama. So it was kind of weird that he was watching a reality show full of females fighting and arguing, but I guess so. To each his own. So y'all, so I started doing his hair, and honestly in my head I'm just like, this man is strange. Like he giving strange vibes, but I haven't fully took him off the chart yet. Like it's a possibility. Like yeah, he lied about his kid. He got a baby mama and they arguing, but he's still real cute. He's still giving Bow Wow and Omarion. So Undecided is hanging by a thread. He is hanging by a thread. And then Undecided, I don't know where this conversation came from, but he talking about like I think he kept like talking about sports bets and stuff. He's like,
yeah, one time I bet all my money.
And I had nothing. He's like, I'm like, for real? Why would you do that? He's like,
yeah, I had a, it was like I had a gambling problem, like, but I started doing better, and I'm not doing that no more. Yeah, that's why me and my ex broke up recently, because she said I was spending too much money and I was just gambling all the money away.
and I'm like, damn, so how long has it been since like you got better and stopped gambling like that? This man gonna say,
oh, it's been a month.
I mean, yeah, no. So at this point, I'm already thinking, yeah, this ain't gonna go no farther than a friendship, because I don't got time for someone spending my money. You know, after he spent all his money, he gonna start asking me for some to go gambling, and that's what we're not gonna do. That's what we're not gonna do. You got a gambling problem? You young as hell, you got a gambling problem? But I guess anybody can have a gambling problem, right? But I'm like, okay, nah, this is definitely just a friendship. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Like, yeah, you can't be wasting your money. He's like,
yeah, there was this one time that I didn't even know how I was gonna pay my rent.
Blah blah blah. I'm like, I honestly don't understand that. I know addictions are hard and they're like addictions at the end of the day, but like I can only be addicted to like getting money. And I understand like the high of gambling and getting money back, but after I lose a good chunk of money, I'll be like,
I'm gonna take a break.
I'm gonna take a good break because I just don't know. But anyways, so I continue to part his hair and we talking. And like I said, that was red flag number 3 at this point. You lying about your kid, you know. You talking about what? No, I think that was red flag number 2. You lying. Oh no, 3, because you lying about your kid. You all up in this reality show, because I'm not mentioning how he's all up in this reality show talking about if I think the main character is gay or not, and saying that, oh, he acting gay and this and that. And I'm just like, well, I mean, I feel like it's real feminine of him to want to see females fight for him and just all over that drama stuff, like, because I feel like a man that like all that drama is a little feminine. Like, I could be wrong for that, but why are you in drama? Like, why? You got more drama than me. If you got more drama than me, if you got more gossip than me, I don't know if I can do that. That's not cute. That's not giving cute to me. That's giving real feminine. So I don't know about that. So anyways, the show was red flag number 2. The daughter was red flag number 1. And now number 3 is that you gambling. Like you got a gambling addiction. That's red flag number 3, baby. I'm finish just drinking your hair, and I'm really finna be out. And you lucky if I finish your hair, because your hair long. It's gonna take forever. But anyways, you know, I was still, you know, doing his hair. We just chit chat and we kiki and we communicating, watching his little projector on the wall. We was just chit chatting, blase. I was doing his hair. I was drinking. I was just listening to him, because at this point I'm like, he a little character, isn't he? He a little kiki. Like, he a good time to just have as a friend. So I'm like, okay, whatever.
Undecided gonna ask me, do you think it's gay if a guy gets money from a gay guy?
Undecided. Like, what is up with all your questions? What's going on with you? I feel like you've been drinking from the bottle, because you just goofy, aren't you? You asking all these questions. So I'm silent for a little bit, and I'm like, please elaborate. Like, please. Because at this point, I'm stuck. And I just don't understand. And I'm like, what did I get myself into? At this point, I'm a little concerned for myself, because I'm like, this guy is weird. He's giving real weirdo vibes. So I go into the bathroom, because I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. And I just get myself together at the bathroom, because I'm just like, okay. When I had to use the bathroom, I didn't really feel endangered, but you never know. And the bathroom was kind of like nasty, but you know, he's a guy at the end of the day, so not every guy can be clean. I don't know if that's sexist either. I don't want to give off sexist, but it's just like, I don't know. Guys don't clean like girls sometimes. And sometimes there's girls that don't clean as good as guys, so whatever. But anyways, so, because I've met really clean men that have their house looking beautiful. But this man, so I go back and I'm like, yeah, so continue, like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Is it gay for a guy to get money from a gay guy? Like, what's the story? He's like,
okay, well, so my neighbor's gay, and he's always offering to pay for stuff for me, and yeah, basically he's always offering to pay stuff for me.
so I'm like, I'm just like, okay, in my head I'm like, okay, so this is real weird. It's given you're still trying to get to know yourself. Because, like, why are you asking me this? Like, if you gotta, for me personally, if you gotta question it, then yeah. If you gotta question it, then it's gay. But anyways, so I'm like, well, and I'm trying to be cool with these questions, y'all, because I can't just be here coming at him crazy like I don't know this dude. I don't know if he can snap. I don't know what he gonna do to me if I respond wrong. Like he gonna get in his feelings. I don't know. I don't know him. So I'm like, okay. I mean, what do you mean? Like, does he? Do you accept the money from him? Like, what is he paying for? He's like, well,
this is he's gay and he got hella money, so I just be using him. Like he be offering to pay for stuff for me, so I be asking him when I need money for the rent or money. Like this is his Zeus, and like I don't he don't be giving me lots of bread, but he just be helping here and there.
and I'm like, oh. And I'm like, well, mind you, I haven't said whether it's gay or not because I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know. But I'm just like, okay,
So, does he understand the dynamic of y'all relationship? Like, does he understand that you don't want anything further with him? Because I feel like if he continues to pay for your stuff, he gonna eventually want something back in return. Like, whether it's a kiss, like, hanging out, blah, blah, blah.
he's like,
No, we're real cool. Like I have lots of gay friends in Atlanta, and I'm real cool with all of them. Like, nah, he's not. He knows what's up. Like he understands that I don't want anything. He ain't gon' go to that level.
like he is not gonna basically, I don't remember his exact words, but basically he was telling me like the neighbor knew what's up. The neighbor knew he wasn't gay. The neighbor knew he wasn't trying to be nothing more than a friend. He was telling me, convincing me how he has lots of gay friends in Atlanta. He was telling me that, yeah, a lot of guys, Undecided was like, yeah.
A lot of guys don't like to have gay friends, and I don't really discriminate. Like as long as they respect me, I'm okay with having those kind of friends, with having gay people around. Like I have a lot of gay friends in Atlanta, and they're real cool. They're real cool.
So I'm in my head, I'm like, oh nah. There's no way. In my head, I'm like, nah, there's no way. Because here's the thing. Why do you have to convince me so much? Like, I don't know. Like, why are you convincing me so much? I mean, it's good. It's good that you're not homophobic, and it's great that you're cultured enough to be respectful enough to have friends that are gay and still treat them like a human and still be cool with them and not disrespect them. That's great. That's what we all need in this world, 2022. But the fact that you're asking me if it's gay, like, you should know yourself. You're really giving me undecided. Cause like, why are you asking me if you're gay? Basically, you're asking me if I think you're gay. And he's like, yeah, because my baby mama, like when we get in arguments and stuff, it's yeah, no. Cause so I'm like,
Okay. I mean, if he knows if he knows that you really ain't going that route and he respects you and he doesn't disrespect you, I mean, I guess it's fine, but I just feel like you shouldn't be using him for his money and stuff, but if you really need to, I mean, I just hope that he don't eventually think he gonna get something back and feel some type of way when you don't give it to him and hurt you in some type of way.
you don't know how these people wired. Just not gay people, but like, you don't know how people wire, period. Anybody. You don't know you ain't giving them cookie, you ain't giving them nookie, you ain't giving them ding-a-ling. They gonna eventually be like, no, they gonna get in their feelings like, no, you got me paying for all these stuff, but you ain't giving me nothing in return. Like, you don't know what he gonna do. But he's like, no, he's a cool friend. He got money. Like, he got money to spend. So he's okay with helping me out, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, because my baby mama, every time, or not his baby mama, his ex, because he has an ex, but he's like,
My ex, that I broke up with just like 3 months ago was taught every time we argue, she called me gay, and she like, go hang out with your gay niggas, go hang out with your gay friends, blah blah blah, you gay, this and this and that.
So I'm like, oh no, sir. No, no, no. Because if she calling you gay, she knows you more than me. She was sleeping in the bed with you. She gonna pick up your mannerisms. She knows your behavior. And even though we say things we don't mean when we're mad, sometimes we say things we've been wanting to say when we're upset. So like, if she calling you gay, baby, I think you're undecided. I think you know what you are, and you just need a second opinion or something, baby, because the fact that you got to question if the actions that you're doing are gay, I feel like that's the answer right there. See, y'all, I hurried up and did his hair. I got a call from another hoe. I hurried up and did his hair, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm finna head out. And then he started hugging me, like, he's like, oh, you gonna leave? Oh my God, I feel a little tipsy. I don't be drinking that much. I'm like on the phone talking to my other little boo at the time. Not really boo, but just another friend, and he was like, yeah, come over with you woo, and I'm just like, yeah, I gotta go. Y'all, I wasn't gonna cut off undecided, because I'm not finna cut somebody off just because they like their own kind. But I really was gonna distance myself because he was just giving weird throughout the night. Like, he was just giving real weirdo vibes throughout the night. And there was this one day that I tried to invite him to go out because I needed another person to go with me to a pool party, and he left me on scene. I'm like, bad, you leaving me on scene? You're mad weird. Like, you're a weirdo, so like, don't leave me on scene. And then he tried to hit me up the week later, and I left him on scene because I'm petty. Because like, if you're not finna talk to me, I'm not finna talk to you, boo. Because I don't want to be nothing but a friend to you. So like, not you undecided leaving me on scene. Not you lying about your kid and leaving me on scene. But he kept hitting me up and kept sending me reels and stuff. So I'm like, fine, I'm not gonna be a brat, I'm gonna just be a little friend. But so he hits me up every now and then on some high and by and just like sending me reels, and sometimes I respond, sometimes I don't. But it's nothing past that, except 2 weeks ago, or it was just last week. Was it just last week or 2 weeks ago? Undecided hits me up like, hey, you trying to make $1,000? And I'm like, why, what's up? Like, he's like, do you work today? I'm like, nah, I don't, I'm at home. He's like,
can you babysit?
I'm like, babysit? He's like, yeah, you trying to make $1,000? I'm like, he's like, I'm just playing, not 1,000 but 400. How you go from 1,000 to 400? How you gonna lie to me and bring the bar up here just so I could say yes? And what, you was gonna what, give me the 400 when you came back? Nah, baby. To be honest, if I was to agree to babysit, I would need the money up front, or I'm kicking your kid out the door before you even step in that car. Like, cause I need my money up front, cause I don't got time for you to come back after a long ass night of your nappy headed kid talking about,
oh yeah, I forgot the money, but I got you when I come. I got you tomorrow, or I got you the next day.
Nah. But I'm not babysitting, period. Like, I'm sorry. One, I had to work the next morning. But the other thing is like, dude, you don't know me. You don't know if I'm crazy. You don't know like what I be on. How you gonna leave your child with someone you only met once and you barely talk to after that? See, so this guy's real weird. Like, but to be honest, he seemed cool. Like, he's cool. Like I said, there's no hard feelings, and like we still like send reels to each other. I mean, I don't really, he like be tagging me on stuff here and there, and we still kind of communicate in a way. So I don't have any like weird feelings towards him. But that day and just period, I just feel like he got a lot of decisions to make. And if you see this, don't be leaving your kid with just anybody, especially someone you only met one time, because that's definitely a no. Like, that's definitely a no. Don't be leaving your kid. Like, you literally met me only once. We literally hung out only once, and I dipped. And then after that, we barely talked, and you talking about me babysitting your child? You don't know my environment. You don't know if I'm loca. That's bad. Anyways, y'all, that's the end of this story. I knew it was going to be long. I be trying to make my stories short, but it's just no way, because like I'm not, like, there's just no way. I be talking a lot. Anyways, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, because I got hella more content coming. Although I do start school Monday, this coming up Monday, although I don't know when I'm going to post this, but I do start class this coming up Monday. I just had orientation today, so I'm going to try to do my best with the posting, the videos, because I like posting and I like doing content. It's just fun. It's how I disconnect, you know. So I still need this in my life, but the program is going to consume a lot of my life too. So I'm probably going to be posting just as less as I am right now, but I'm going to try. So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Go follow me on Instagram, SheIsE_. Go follow me on TikTok, SheIsE. Subscribe to my channel, leave me a like, a key, comment on this video, share this video. Y'all, undecided is undecided. Hopefully he decides what he wants to do in life. Maybe he likes both parties. Maybe he's bi. Or if he just like one, that's cool, because it's honestly a pain to be hidden and not yourself in life. Like, if you like both parties, that is cool. You like what you like and don't care about what anybody got to say, but don't lie about it. And not me, for all I know, maybe he's not lying about it. Maybe he's just trying to figure himself out, you know. So I don't judge.